Hi, I'm Tuman, one of the resident artists here at JerrysArtarama, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Acurit PXB parallel boards. What a parallel board is a miniature drafting table. It can be adjusted to several different angles to help you get correct posture, and it has a fitted straight edge motion bar that essentially works the same way that a T-square would when you're drawing out parallel lines. Each board is made to be portable with a carrying handle as well as a scratch and dent resistant surface, so you can take it anywhere you need, from your studio to your home or anywhere that you might need to draft. There are two different types of parallel boards that Acurit offers, one of which is the fixed angle drawing board. It allows you to keep your board at a fixed 12-degree angle, and it has rubber feet on the back of it that allow it to tilt off the edge of your table if you need to get your board any closer to you to have a more comfortable drawing experience. The other board is the multi-angle parallel board, which adjusts to 5 different drawing angles for whatever best suits your posture. The straight edge motion bar on these boards works very similarly to a T-square if you're used to drafting. It has a wired structure on the back of this that makes sure that whenever you're moving the straight edge around, you always have an exactly parallel line. To start off, you want to make sure that your straight edge motion bar is at the bottom of your board, so that when you set your paper on, you can make sure that it is completely parallel. So, once I have my paper down on here, I'm going to take my tape, and I'm going to tape just the top edges. You don't need to tape a whole edge with this, you can just get a corner. It's just to make sure that your paper stays in place. Once the top 2 edges are done, I make sure that my paper is flat against the board, and I reach for my knobs here and make sure they are loose enough where I can slide them up the board. Hold your paper down at the edge and slide this up, and then tighten it back down. Then I'm going to tape the bottom edge, and that way my paper should be completely parallel on the board. To start this demo out, I just have my straight edge motion bar with the knobs on the side kept loose so I can move it freely. When I'm drawing lines that I want parallel like this, I can draw them very easily just using the straight edge motion bar, and if I need to have specific proportions, I can use the clear rulers on the edge of this to make sure I get those proportions correct. But since I have this loose, I can easily move it up and down where I need, hold it down, and then slide my pencil across to get another perfectly parallel line. If I want to then put my triangles on it, I have to tighten up the edges of the straight edge motion bar so that the triangle doesn't slip underneath it, and it is taut with the paper. And then I can set my triangle on top, and I can get vertical lines or whatever angles that I might want for drawing. So even if you're not a draftsman, an architect, or an engineer, this kind of parallel drawing board can be super useful for any kind of art you're creating. Particularly if you're an illustrator or a comic artist, creating parallel lines like this can be super useful if you want to create cells in your comic books, or if you just want to have perspective in any type of art. If you're illustrating a barn in a farm, a cityscape, or any kind of illustration like that, having something that can give you really easy parallel lines and angles is super useful for any kind of perspective drawing. So if you finish your drawing, or if you're drawing in the middle of something and you get charcoal or ink or anything like that on the bottom of your straight edge, I'm going to show you guys really quickly how you can clean it. Firstly, you're going to go over to the edge here, and you're going to make sure that this knob on the side is loose. You do not need to take it all out, just as long as it's loose, this should work. Then you're going to go to your knob on top of the straight edge, and you're going to take it out completely. Once that knob is out, you can separate the joint that's connecting your straight edge to the side. And once that is out, you can lift it up and wipe the under edge of your straight edge. Once you've cleaned it, put it back down on the board, take that joint and slide it back in, but do not tighten this knob yet. Take your knob that's front facing and tighten that one first so that the holes line up correctly. And then you can come and tighten the knob on the edge to make sure that it's flush with your table again. So those are the basic steps for using a parallel board. And no matter whether you're a draftsman, an engineer, or someone who really needs accurate drawings, this board is a great tool if you want the full drafting table experience in a smaller, more compact, and portable product.